Okay, and now a word from the repairman on the recommended must-have tools.
Install man.
It's the installation guy.
Anyway, okay, recommended must-have for sure for this project. Cleaning brush
From your sewing machine.
from your sewing machine, canned air, a magnetic screwdriver for when you're not working around the computer parts, non-magnetic for when you are, stubby for tight places, your sewing machine screwdriver that came with your sewing machine. Same for this, whether it came from your baby lock or your
Brother.
brother. Set of gloves for when you're working around the computer parts as well.
And
Good luck, it works.
it works! Woo-woo! Hi everybody, we're going to try to film the upgrade from floppy drive to USB on my brother ULT2002D machine. We got the PLR emulator for 75 bucks off of eBay, and we're using the instructions from Ann's Ultimate Fix-It page at ANNSULTFIXIT.com. So now you're gonna just listen to me boss my husband around for a minute or two. Alright, so prior to removing the front of the case, the cover over the bobbin arm must be removed. This requires removing one screw in the rear of this cover, which is here. It takes a Phillips screwdriver. Then you slide it away and by placing a flat screwdriver in the opening near the bottom. And moving the handle of the screwdriver to the left, which will leave the plastic snap open, requires very little pressure. Look at that man with the skills. And this is a good opportunity to clean out any dust bunnies you might have, because I've never done this before. So, yeah, then she's doing this for cleaning. We're doing it to replace the thing, so we're taking the cover off. So.
And cleaning as we go.
And clean as we go.
Okay.
Okay, everybody, we're back, and while we were gone, I did a few more things that we didn't do on camera because I think you know how to do it. I took off the needle plate cover, and I dropped the foot and the needle and the ankle to clear all that up. My husband told me that the bobbin arm cover had been loose, and I think that's why from Ann's Ultimate Fix-It page was to put all the separate screws into the... So now we're going to take off the front cover. Now we are going to page 8-1 in the owner's manual, which tells you how to remove the light cover to get to the screws that are going to allow us to remove the front cover. So, and taking that off, so you're learning as we are. Voila, cover removed. And the screw is going in that cover and out of our way. To remove that, now there's on the picture it says there's a socket and a pin, and I'm sorry if this is hard to see. Again, he's putting the screw in the cover, and the bobbin winder cover is coming off now.
We hope.
We hope, yeah. This is all live, gentlemen and ladies. Okay, so there's the bobbin winder cover.
Keeping the screws in there.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. Oh, the little bobbin holder plate that was sitting here just pulls straight up and comes off. I did that while we were off camera as well. Alright, we'll be back. Okay, we're back. So we laid the machine down to remove the front cover, and according to Ann's Fix-It page, we have 4 screws to remove on the machine, and I know I'm a little shaky here, sorry about that. Here's a big picture from Ann's Fix-It page. I'm kind of backing up, and the hubby's pointing out there's screw number 1, and this is with the machine laying on its back. There's screw number 2. Screw number 3 was the same one that you used to remove the tension cover plate, so that's already out. And then screw number 4 is on the back side of the machine. We're going to stand it up, turn it around. It's already been removed.
We did that.
We did that. And so it's right there. Let me see what I'm seeing. So Now we're going to turn it back around and lay it back. Oh, the bobbin winder, babe. And then the bobbin winder, this lever needs to be, oops, I'm sorry, I better get on film here. This lever needs to be pulled forward because otherwise this won't clear. This won't clear when you pull it off. Sorry about all the bad camera work. So now he's going to lay it back down. And we used a magnetic screwdriver because that's kind of a strange place to get into, so the magnetic screwdriver helped a lot. But he wants me to make sure that you understand you don't use a magnetic screwdriver anywhere near any of the electronics because it'll fry out your circuit boards, so don't do that. So he's removing the screws.
Tell him it'll help him get the screws back in.
And it'll help get the screws back in too because it'll hold them. And then we're putting those in a separate dish. And now the reveal. We hope. We hope.
As you can tell, we haven't done this previously.
Yeah. Oops, there's a good picture of your arm. Oh, there's snaps to that need to be undone. Hang on. Alright, so there are 6 snaps around the machine. And they are shown on this picture as well.
6 snaps?
Yeah, there's one by all of the places where the screws were snaps, and then there's also a snap in the harp there, and then if you flip it on its back again,
Tell them it made an ugly noise.
it made a big ugly noise. And then there's a snap there by the foot, which there's also a picture of, and that one we're still working to get off. And
Let's see here.
hang on, I'm gonna pause it.
Using a flat tip screwdriver.
Okay, so the Hubs is using a flat tip screwdriver to press the tab, and then he pulled up on the cover and it snapped. So now we're hoping that the cover will remove.
There's still another snap here, I
And
think.
there's another snap there that we haven't released yet.
You can't see all these snaps.
And he said you heard him. You can't see all the snaps. Ooh, there you go. Now be careful when you take that off because there's cables hooked on this side. So don't disturb the cables right now. Just kind of lift up and lay the top down.
There's your floppy drive.
That is what we're trying to replace. So
Have fun.
we're
Let us know how it works out. We're stopping right here.
done. Thanks. We'll be back. Bye. Alright, so we're not going to look at his face. We're going to show you this here. It came out of this piece here. He removed 4 screws, which I don't know if I filmed or not. I thought I had, but apparently I may not have. But anyway, we're at this point, and he is removing the ribbon cable, or whatever it's called.
Push on the lock, release.
There's a lock release that he's pushing on there on the corner. And on the other side. Okay, so there's the USB. Flip it over and show them the flat part. Okay, so the flat part where we're putting the cable has 2 little locks on the sides. They have to be up to get the cable in. The little black lock on the side. Oops, hang on, I'm zooming or something. Sorry about that. Okay, so he's pushing the lock down. As you can see, if you're trying to film with doing this by yourself, it's probably pretty tricky, which is probably why it's never made it anywhere before. So he's pushing that lock down. And then the one on the other side, he's going to push that down. And we're hoping that that's just like downtown and working. We'll be back. Alright, so now he's removing the cover from the old floppy drive. There's a plate that held it onto the cover, and that's what he's doing now, is trying to remove those screws. Because the kit came with 4 more screws that are going to hold this in. Hold on, there you are. Where? Oh, okay, there's the screw holes to screw that to the cover plate, right? Okay. Alright, we'll be back. Okay, so he's got the metal plate cover on there, but what we found was that the screws they provided with the floppy drive, or the USB drive, are really, really long, and they started splitting the case when he put them in all the way, so he's just put them in part of the way.
Which is more than sufficient.
And it's more than sufficient. It's tight to the plate, and we're ready to reinstall. We're gonna test out our USB. We'll be back. Like you can't see anything. Okay, so he's reinstalling the cover plate which holds the USB. Got his little stubby flat tip out again, and putting those back in, because I don't know if I actually filmed this when he was taking them out, so just run this video in reverse if you're trying to figure out how to take it out. Haha. We'll be back. Okay, so where am I? This is the USB drive with the plate reinstalled where the floppy drive used to be.
Back up more.
So there's 4 screws. One there, there. You pointing? Yeah, down below the ribbon in there. So they're not hard to get back in. They're just kind of, everything's kind of constricted. So
Non-metallic stubby.
non-metallic stubby, said the man. All right, we'll be back.
Magnetic.
Non-magnetic, non-magnetic. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to find a non-metallic one. All right, bye. So we just we set the cover back on top. And he's re-engaging the snaps, and then we're going to start to reinstall the screws, and he for some reason doesn't want to continue to use his rubber gloves.
They're all sweaty.
They're a little sweaty. Alright, so
Back to the magnetic screwdrivers.
back to a magnetic screwdriver.
Wherever. Oh,
So screw number 1 going in.
magnetic makes it so much easier.
Yeah. Trying to hold those little tiny screws. Where's the next one?
Just want to make sure that's tight.
Alright, and this is screw number 2 going back in place. Maybe? There it goes. A special tube, because it's a longer screw. So we wanted to make sure we kept that separate so we knew which one it was for. Okay, so now he's going to reinstall the cover over the bobbin winder, the 2 screws.
Magnetic.
Magnetic screwdriver is very helpful. It's a nice picture of your hand there. Alright, and then
It works.
the next one is over the tension.
Make sure something goes there.
Make sure what?
Right.
That looks better.
That's right.
Yeah, screw goes on the bottom. Shows the threading diagram. Make sure everything fits back the way it was,
Just wanna make sure.
which we're working on.
It looks better than that. Let me show them.
Okay, so there's a socket that has a little pin right there. That pin needs to go into the socket. The pin is right there. So you have to make sure that that pin goes into the socket on the cover. I don't think I filmed it right, but hopefully they can figure it out. And then the screw goes back in. Make sure those lips are covered.
Like this?
That bobbin winder plate goes, push it down, just goes back on there like that. And there are 6 screws that need to get put back in.
Yeah, they just saw them all go back in.
Okay. And now, alright, so now he's putting the top cover where the light from page 8-1 to reinstall it, 8-1 of the owner's manual. Put that back on, and there's 1 screw on the back that he had kept in the cover, so he knows which one is the right screw. And that just goes right in there. Magnetic screwdriver, very helpful. And then he just double checks it with the little flat tip. Does that go all the way down? Yes, sir. Okay. Next will be the bobbin cover housing. We'll go get that and put that on.
You see the cover?
Okay, so there's the bobbin cover, tension cover. That goes back on the back end, and hopefully mine won't be loose anymore once the hub puts the screw back in. Kind of snapped in. There's 1 screw right back here. This is the one that he was saying was loose before, so hopefully it will not be loose and I won't get the big dust bunnies in the machine anymore. Alrighty, now I'm going to go put the thread plate cover and all that stuff back on. Alright, so I reinstalled the needle plate cover, screwed down the 2 screws here. Stop it. Stop it. Putting the bobbin back in. This is all stuff I think you folks know. Bobbin plate cover. I'll put the ankle back on. And the foot.
Wrong baby log. Wrong baby log.
That's same church, different view. Put the needle back in. I can't see. Are you getting me in this? Because I really don't want to be.
No.
Put the needle back, and now we're going to test her and see if it works.
Or if we have fireworks.
Or if we have fireworks. Alrighty. There it is, my newly installed USB port, thanks to my wonderful husband. And as you can hear, the old brother is chomping away at this cute little Anita Good Design Christmas thing that I got this year. So if you are familiar with embroidery, you know that this just came out for the workshop for December 16th. So here we are, working like a champ. You just select the floppy drive, and that'll take you to the USB, and it works! Woohoo! Woohoo!
No more questions.
No more questions, hopefully.
On the internet.
Yeah, So enjoy. Bye.